Off-meta combat. It's what we want to see. I don't think there's a better way we could begin this round. Szalami versus CoRe in a best of 3. And both of these players need a deep run, Winston. In fact, they need to go so deep, they need to strike oil if they want to stand a chance at making the playoffs.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tricky. I mean, 2 vills already going out there and only 1 for Szalami. So, interesting. How does this play out?
If you get spotted, you get stabbed. But if not...
Yeah, I was about to say, you get stabbed.
Which is usually a bad thing, right? Like, it's usually stabbing not advised.
Yeah, and I mean, CoRe's sending the scout there, so he's looking for this. He wants to contest it. It's interesting to me to only send 1. But it should work, maybe? I don't know.
There's a great position here for Szalami. If he actually goes to the east side of the tree line, I think you can just get around the back. But instead, he is going to be scouted out. Now, the villagers can actually just commit onto him. Szalami is kind of encouraging with the fact that he's now blocking out their priority, which is that dock.
Yeah, and he's just going to pull 1 vill and contest his vill and then have his own vill build the dock. So, I mean...
Do you lose this? I think you... It's going to be close. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
The attack speed on the villagers is so slow, but I actually think you kill the villager in time because of the scout.
He'll be able to run with the scout. He'll be able to run with his scout. I think Szalami.
Oh my
is it
God,
going to get it up? No, it's going to be. It's going to be like a second. Oh my.
That's because of the scout, by the way. That scout attacked, I think, 6 or 7 times. That's the difference maker. Otherwise, Szalami would have got the build up with a death blow there.
Oh,
like, oh what? Okay.
CoRe lost his scout. That's actually huge.
How?
Dude, this is going to be H3 with no sheep. I mean, he's got the dock, right? Oh, the wolf! Oh my gosh, no.
What is it with
disaster
wolves?
Strikes.
This man.
And now CoRe's just going to torch it. Oh, man. Yeah. Interesting. So he just wants to torch it down in case Szalami sends another vill, which it looks like, based on the minimap, he is doing. So we've got another vill coming out. He should be able to complete that now.
Is he walling? He's walling it in. CoRe, yes! That's the play. There's no way you can burn it quick enough. So instead...
Is this complete? Yeah.
He's just going to let him stare at it. He's like, yep.
He could block, though. He could block, I think. Oh! No, he just blocks. Okay. He's fine. He's
wait.
What? He's not fine? Is his scout?
No, he...
No,
he
tried to get in the way.
CoRe missed the opportunity there.
He actually had it. He can wall, though. He can wall to the tree line if he's quick.
Nah, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. The vill gets in. I mean, but this is... You know what's interesting is obviously Szalami's done a vill, and that's horrible, but CoRe lost his scout, lost access to sheep, and like Szalami still got the dock up, and this was 2 idle vills for CoRe this whole time. Like these guys were not gathering shorefish. This was a big investment, a lot of wood as well. If it comes to the barracks, we might see CoRe with a bit of a later barracks, although I think he can just about afford one soon if he hasn't already placed it next to his dock, which I believe he has. So yeah, this is gonna be spicy. It just a tower. What?
I mean, I was expecting the tower straight away. Like, this was ambitious with the wall. And that, to that point around the wood spent there, that's a difference, right? The amount of this cost in Palisades, that's almost your axe anyway. It doesn't feel good what you've done here. And, you know, the crazy part is, like, if I'm Szalami, I think I can get a spearman. That said it all, right? I think I can kill him.
No, I mean, I guess you can.
All right, back away.
He can just fight. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, but you're buying time. The spearman's here now. I don't actually think the outpost goes up. Maybe with 2 villages, but it might cost you one.
No. This doesn't go up. No chance. He's gonna have to cancel this. Because this vill's almost dead. Like.
Second spearman on the way.
It does go up if he chases like this. Yeah, the tower might go up.
I actually think it still doesn't. Yeah, the vill's coming back for more. The villain of this story. He even survives.
The tower has to get cancelled.
Okay, now report that spearman, right? That's team griefing right there. He just got that villager killed.
Oh man. Trying to quick wall it. Oh gosh. He might make it. Cancel the pillar.
Oh, he gets through. I mean, Szalami can wall again. Oh, he gets it again.
That's unfair. Oh my gosh, the vill lives now. Are there any mighty infantry on the map? Like, I feel like this could go bad in a second for him anyways. But
I mean, I'm just looking at the spearman count, right? Like, Szalami should have a double up. CoRe's now just getting more greedy. He's already behind in fishing boats, like, by a slight bit. And also, like, the investment. We talk about how strong the HRE economy is, but when you throw it all away on wood lines and outposts and villages that just don't do anything for 2 minutes, it starts to just disappear before your very eyes.
I think CoRe got a little sidetracked, a little distracted by all the micro.
He had a lot of wood.
Look at his macro, 300 wood at least, and it's not. He doesn't have any vills here, right? To do anything, I think.
Hey, this is just the.
Yeah,
this is CoRe thinking ahead, Winston. He's like, well, I've lost water. Time to gather up what I need for a TC.
I mean,
okay, that was unbelievable.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna go for a TC here, but yeah, he's just gonna lose the water here eventually. I mean, the spearman numbers are there for Szalami, and he's Ottoman, so like behind this, his timing should be kind of okay if he can ever click up, but we're not really seeing that yet.
I love how you try to be like, you try to fix that. You're like, he loses. Water, not the entire game. It's not like Golden Heights is entirely decided by water, right?
I mean, we were talking about the macro for CoRe, and I kind of missed. Szalami had just no food for a while there, so interested to see what he's going to do to try and catch up here, because that Aakon's coming in, interestingly, not on the wood line. Does that mean he wants to FC?
Whoa. There's a bigger deal here, actually. Like, how many fishing boats do they both have? Has Szalami just stopped? Because, like, that's a big difference on Eco Podcast.
I mean, that's 6 to 7, right?
Did he miss villager production?
Oh my.
I think, like, what, is that 2, 3 villages? I mean...
He lost the one, he lost the second, maybe?
We can see at the bottom, right? It's 2-1 worker kills. Like, you mentioned his food, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I think he missed, like, 3 villages.
Maybe the quick walls hurt him more than I thought. Like, he was a big focus, a lot of his energy went towards that, and, sometimes it's best to let him die than to,
Jesus.
try all of your energy to save them. He's gonna get the age up, but so much later, and I think CoRe's macro is saying he might just want to try and squeeze out an FC here.
What? Yeah, but Salami's doing like extra levels of greed here, so he's going to try to take full control of the pond, and look at the choice. We're so used to seeing the Madrissa, but instead, for, I don't know, the first time in a very long time, maybe the first time I think we've seen this tournament at least, we're seeing the Sultani trade network.
Yeah, the trade network makes a lot of sense when you're on a water map and you've won water like this so decisively. I think it gives you a lot of opportunity. The gold scaling is just more useful. If you want to keep all your vills on wood and gold, you already have that food income. And trade scaling can be really, really scary here, and you have the option for safety. In case it just doesn't quite work, you can always garrison up to 6 traders in that bad boy, so things can work. And okay, so not trying to sneak the FC, but floating 700 food. So not exactly sure what CoRe's plan is. He's adding some archers in to deal with the spears.
I think. Yeah, so he's got the archers, but then he's massing horsemen, so usually kind of like bulk a little bit in that regard. He's also left himself a perfect position with that Arkhan to kind of flesh out into farms. So I understand he's probably going to be full land eco locked. I think the horsemen might be more about the potential threat of trade on this map, if anything else.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually scouted the trade network going up, but if he did, this is pretty smart to try and get that as an option. And yeah, that's a big Vill transfer to somewhere, to the woodline on the north, more safety.
With no wheelbarrow. Oh god, these HRE players, they're all about the optimization.
Yeah, slowly taking care of these fishing boats as well, which is just going to help CoRe because he's currently housed. So he should probably just delete those, but it's okay. He has enough wood. He's building the house. He'll be fine. Spearmen, that's a lot of spearmen coming around the north. The meta there as well, helping out. I believe he went the meta VP. Yeah, he went the VP, so he has the move speed as well. So these spearmen are pretty spooky, even for just a few archers to deal with. If they charge in with the meta buff, things could get dicey. CoRe is completely denied off wood.
Yeah, and it should be pointed out, those villagers running back and forth, this isn't your youthful, vibrant lad who hits the gym, never skips leg day. No, this is like old person with a Zimmer frame. There's still no wheelbarrow. So every time you idle out like this, as the HRE, you vomit a little in your mouth. You have to swallow it down.
He's got 4 sheep and 2 stragglers, and then he's just out of resources. If he can't deal with these spearmen...
Wait, he's attacking the meta?
No resources.
That's a bait. Folks, when you're in this situation, you do not attack the meta. That's too few archers to ever kill him.
He's got a lot of health, a lot of armor. He's super durable. He's just gonna take the fight, and
he keeps jumping the gun. I think CoRe's just feeling the pressure. And the crazy part is it's not that he needs more gold. or necessarily even more wood. It's just like you're the HRE, and the worst thing possible is idle villagers. For any player, idle villagers like makes you vomit a little, but especially for this Civ, you feel the sting.
Yeah, Szalami really loved that attack. It was a lot of idle time on the villagers, and behind this, he's setting up the trade, so he's going to play really greedy. He's got the water boom, and he's going to try and add a trade boom. He's got the map pressure as well, although his spearmen are getting chased away now by these 3 archers, 5 in total for CoRe, so the spearman threat is very much so neutralized at this stage. And the Vil count has, I mean, Salami's caught up, which is good, because he was very far behind earlier when it was 26-21 for not a very clear reason, right?
Yes, and by the way, like, here's the crazy part. You're an HRE player, you know, you feel like you've lost the game if you're not first to Castle Age. Now, while CoRe will be able to reach Castle Age first, look at Salami's resources. He's just going to be a fraction behind him.
And he's also potentially got the Monk VP as well if he wants to try and send those 2 imams and try and contest some of these relics in the middle of the map, for example. Could be really nice. We got the Imperial Palace coming in.
Interesting choice.
Additional VPs. This is really good when you go trade though with Ottomans, because it means you can get trade bags without giving up anything that buffs your military schools later. So it's like it's a really smart play here, I think, from Szalami to go this option. He's also going to have the resources to just buy wood to buy that. You can just buy siege, so it's not going to be as like big of a deal to get that 600 resources every like minute and a half or whatever it is for them, Ingano.
The other cool thing to think there about why this is better than Siege is like up against HRE specifically, right? Like, wait, what is the... Szalami, we got a man...
What the hell?
Wolves throughout this game. Wolves in the early game to mess with his food income and detention elsewhere, and now Wolves in this game coming in a bit late, but CoRe is going to keep it open as well to ensure more pain can come on the way.
How the 3 archers as well going to come making sure like...
Okay, but hear me out, Winston. We see this so many times. Why does Szalami not just wall around this?
Because it's jank sometimes. It can be difficult. It's harder than it looks to get the walls to act the way you want them to at times. And sometimes it's just better to send units. But he only sent some spearmen to deal with it, and the archer follow-up from CoRe was really intelligent. So, like, he's just going to kill these spears, and the horseman's going to stay alive, push the trade back. Oh, man, this is a feels bad moment.
I mean, it feels even worse when you think about the layers to this, right? Like, Szalami... He essentially looked at this and went, CoRe, you can have your greed if I get to have my greed, right? Like, we either all eat cake or no one eats cake. We go full Marie Antoinette on this. Because what was happening here is he wasn't contesting relics at all, but in return, he expected to get his gold. And now, CoRe not only denies the gold away, but he's going to yoink probably 4 of the relics in the next minute.
I mean, if that hole in the wall stays there, maybe he can even grab the one on the left there, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Yeah, 2 relics as well. Like, from the position that Szalami had for CoRe to be grabbing relics right now is just a huge feels bad, man. And it's really comes down to that hole. It reminds me of that taunt from AoE2. Like, you played 2 hours to die like this. I always think about that when people have like these really long investment periods into like these options like walls, and then there's just always a hole. And it's like, come on, man. Like come on.
I think my classic go-to is like the Magano. You Magano lined this, right? Congratulations, the impenetrable fortress. I'm just gonna go around them.
Yeah, quite literally, the Ardennes here serving as a great way for CoRe to attack this trade route, and Szalami a bit caught off guard here. How many traders is he down to? He's definitely lost a few. I don't think it's been too many. He could have definitely garrisoned
maybe like 2 or 3 so far, and it's like, yeah, he's gonna have to garrison now. This is one thing that I love about the Sultani Trade Network. It's why I was expecting this more out the Ottomans in the past. Yeah, we always just see the Madrissos. You know, compared to other civs, the cool thing about this is you flexi trade, right? You go, you get, and then when you get blocked, you just stay at home and still get paid. And yep, that just happened, folks. There's 3 more relics on the way. As anticipated, CoRe is going to get at least 4. Probably 5 relics, because the final one isn't guarded by Szalami.
Yeah, he has to deal with this hole in the wall still, and he's going to run right in. Okay, so the charge, pretty good there for Szalami. He's got 2 metas banging their drums very angrily, so CoRe's going to have to retreat.
How can you tell if someone's angry when they're banging their drums?
You can tell. You can't tell. Like, just look at the stance. Look at that. They're hiding behind the wall and they're still doing it. Like, they're running away. There's some.
That's why it's so intimidating, right? That's why it's so intimidating. It's like, he might be angry at me. I don't know, right? Maybe he just wants to talk, but either way, that's why I always avoid drummers.
Yeah, but you know, we talk about this, and it's been this really impressive play from CoRe to punish this trade in that way. He forced the garrison, and it looks like Salami's about to ungarrison, or he just did. He's got that little conga line of traders moving along the forest here. But I mean, behind this, Salami has much more population. He's got 20 more pop. A lot of that would be the fishing boats, and there it is, the caravan en route.
It's a nice
But
thing.
against so many relics, though, 5 relics.
I mean,
4 Regnitz relics is hard
like,
to overcome
I think
sometimes.
you can eventually overcome it, but the problem is you have to first secure your flank. And well, here's the problem with Golden Heights trading. Half of the map is not well protected, and Szalami hasn't even begun to wall that area up yet.
Yeah, but he's got more army. So I don't think he needs to be so scared right now, although I mean that area of the map should be under his control, but CoRe gonna yoink that one too. If he gets away with this, that is tricky. But no, looks like
Wait,
the Knights will spawn.
You guys weren't meant to see me.
I was so well hidden in these trees. Oh man, you know, he gets spotted out, and he's just kind of losing these Knights here, although these 3 should be a huge pain in the ass for Szalami here. A couple traders should go down, but he's got the Knights in pursuit, so a couple charges and those will be handled.
There's a cool way that CoRe can play this, though. Like, right now, we're seeing Szalami bearing a lot of armors on horseback, right? If this continues, it becomes a one-dimensional army, and then CoRe can just mass spears. And the cool thing about being the HRE is, you know, we talk about how terrible spears are at killing traders. You at least have marching drills to make it a little bit easier. So it actually just might be the go-to solution to this trade win.
I think he's going to go Swabia pretty soon. He's getting that spear, yes, but I think Swabia is really close to the click time, right? I mean, if he has a market, he could probably buy it really soon, right?
He might
that
need
discount
to.
is absurd.
Yeah.
I think he should just buy it, but I don't know if he has a market. When you don't have the market, it's harder to like justify at times when you can just wait and spend your resources more efficiently. But yeah, he's got 2 of the Springald towers just on that hill next to his base, and Szalami can't really do anything very easily right now.
No, hey, you say that. There is something he can very easily still do, Winston. He can trade.
Oh, it's a lot of gold.
A lot of trade. That's, what, almost 2k gold? Oh, good lord. Okay, we said that CoRe could buy his tech up. We didn't talk about Szalami, who can actually easily do the same.
A beautiful timing there for him, but the Swabia is coming down, and it can always be scary, right? Left unchecked, right? The fishing eco for Szalami is going to run out eventually, so he's going to need to do that farm transition, and CoRe has been doing it even just slowly and slightly around his Regnitz. Yeah, the fish starting to, okay, not fully there yet. There's still quite a bit, but
he's still got shoreline fish there as well, right? Like, I think food-wise, he's actually okay for a while. Like, if I'm Szalami, I think I do just mass Knights and dive the base. Like, this doesn't feel like an unpunishable tech timing from CoRe.
Yeah, he's got the Knights looping around the north, thinking the same as you there, KP. He's going to come in and try and harass this wood line, although there's no villagers to be found. They're all on the southern wood line. Well, one damsel in distress.
You know what that is?
Will die.
Szalami and me, we were both Apex players. We know what firsting is, and we're feeling thirsty. In with the slaughter. And the Spearmen are completely out of position. Like, Szalami could just run south and murder more villagers on the way out.
Yeah, he could do a lot of damage here, but I mean, these vills are replaceable. The Knights, if they die to the Spearmen, the map pressure will kind of be lost for Szalami here, but he still has 30 units. He's making a huge spear transition behind this, which I guess spear against spear is going to be the way here for Szalami.
He will be at an eventual tech disadvantage, though, and also this sort of dive-in is going to become more difficult. CoRe is now getting into the cannons. We hate them. They're disgusting. They've been nerfed, and yet they still always appear, especially with this Sith.
Yeah, the discount goes a really long way, especially if you can get one with a relic in the tower or the building or the keep or whatever that's housing that cannon emplacement. That combination can just make such a deadly defense that's so difficult to punish. But looks like Szalami able to take out one of those Springald towers before there's any stone. There was no emergency repairs. Wasn't able to get the influence out to there. So tricky times. And wait.
That relic still hasn't made its way home to the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that he got. Yeah, I thought he had 5 this whole time, but yeah, only 4. Still, I mean...
It's still pretty
when you have 4 with Regnitz, you don't even notice the 5th one missing. No, that's obviously a lie. You do, but, like, you don't.
This honestly feels like watching them go on the Crusades, right? Like, you'll never return.
I can't believe he's going to get this.
I can't believe Szalami just walks away from it like that.
I can't believe it's not butter. That's so insane. How did he grab that? That's... Okay. He didn't even... Okay, whatever. Moving on.
If it was butter, he wouldn't have been able to pick it up so easily. Maybe it was already covered in butter and he licked it dry. But hello,
weird phrasing.
we are doubling down on this. Wait, how's that a weird phrasing?
I don't know. I just didn't like it, okay? Interesting. So Tithe Barn's an obvious choice there for CoRe coming in. But yeah, the Seagate Castle, 27 villagers, super efficient, at least very fast. He's going to have it. That's an ambitious wall on the map, by the way. Do you see that orange wall that CoRe drew out at some point?
He never cancelled it. He's just been sitting there the entire time.
And so this is why... Oh, no, yeah, my bad. I was just gonna say this is why you go with the Imperial Palace when you're trading, because now you can get the stacking right. You have the 40% faster and the 40% more drop off as well. If you just get like 2 or 3 keeps, that aura is huge. So you can get a lot of value out of these traders. And
Salami's going for a keep drop. He's going for a keep drop. You mentioned the pass of Swabber is unstoppable. You're wrong, Winston. It can't do anything if anyone born out of it is instantly killed.
There's a cannon emplacement to the right though. I think there's a relic in there. He can reach so far. Could he deny this? If he targets the Vills, this could get really...
Wait, that was the key.
I think he hit the keep. He hit the keep.
You know what this is? This is like finding shots. You know, like when the sniper takes the first shot to kind of calibrate? That's what's happening here.
It's a battleship, and Salami's just saying, no, you didn't hit me. Right, yeah, and there's a couple of land sharks in here, so the Spearman mass could go down really, really fast if the land sharks are able to get some hits in. The keep goes up, though.
And really the Lanks ran around the keep as well.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that cannon is just dishing out damage, though. It's kind of funny.
We aren't Age of Empires 4 anymore. This is Sniper Elite. Like, how many they released now? So this is Sniper Elite 6? Yeah, this is Sniper Elite 6.
7. I think it's 7. Wow.
Jesus.
I think the I have no idea. I just made up a number. So Swabia... Let's see, can the Vills escape after they leave the Swabia, or do they die?
You'd have to target them, is kind of like the problem, right? Like.
Yeah, let's see.
If he garrisons,
they're able to live.
If he garrisons,
it depends on the timing.
I think if he garrisons, he'll kill them, is the thing here. Because he's got no one sitting in there right now.
Yeah. Oh, and another cannon emplacement on the tower right to the north of it. So, like, this is a pretty tricky spot for Szalami. I mean, he's got the keep, which is going to be annoying, but if he's not able to kill the Regnits or the Swabia Vills, like, what does this really do other than keep CoRe very occupied? Unless he can set up some sort of crazy push, because he's got a lot of resources in the bank.
Yes.
And he got a great bombard.
Yes, he built the siege workshop behind this. So we have got the great bombards in the way. And also, this keeps the attention on Core Zone base, while that trade continues to boom at a disgusting rate.
Yeah, but only one great bombard might be a bit tricky to bust through emergency repair, so it might take some time for the siege to really push through, although he did garrison it. Another benefit of the VP is you can get the siege engineers one. I forget the exact name, but you can garrison a unit inside and get that attack speed. It's one of those, you don't see it a ton, but when you do, it's awesome. This great bombard shooting so much faster. Okay, wow.
Yeah, but now it's switch targets. Like, he pressed the button. Let's just target something else.
And another
Szalami says, actually, screw targeting something else. My damage is so high, I'm still taking out these expensive outposts.
Yeah, but if he loses his keep to this bombard, there's a culverin behind this for CoRe as well. Could get a bit dicey. Salami's still 30 additional population. And look at that bank. Like, he is sitting on just a fat 6k res, just in the bank. He must be pretty well situated. No eco upgrades at all, but
he needs to buy some stuff.
It's going to be so good.
There it is. I think he's now gathering up. So it'll be safe for the moment. Dive's going to come in. I can pull it over.
You're gonna focus the Spearman. Oh, look at that shot!
The damage is he's actually targeting the Langsk as well, so you're not even seeing the cleave damage come through.
Wow. Those bombards just dealt a lot of damage. Now he thinks he's won the fight, so he's targeted back to the Swabia, taking it down. Able to keep the repairs up on his own tower, but the cannon emplacement's able to keep doing damage to the right of the Swabia.
I mean, does it matter though? I feel like the castle doesn't even matter for him anymore. Like, he could actually just burn down all the infrastructure, but instead he's going to deal with the siege.
There's a culverin somewhere for CoRe. There it is on the north side.
Pretty far out.
It's going to force him back. The Rebalds are just going to get denied by this. The Rebalds are a great unit, but yeah, no, they're just going to die to the cannons.
He kept the castle alive though. That's the big deal breaker here. Like, he sniped, I believe, one of the bombards. Culverin goes down as well. CoRe. I mean, sure, you got all this gold, but like right now, you need every hand on deck to hold this back.
Yeah, CoRe targeted the Revald, and the Revald backed up, and then the Bombards came in and gave it a big old 1-2 punch, and down it goes. The keep stays alive, and the cannon tower goes down, and with it, So does CoRe. What a game, man! Great bombards are one of my favorite units in the game. I love seeing it. I love seeing it with the VP as well for that extra attack speed. It's nice. It's nice. That was great by Szalami. Great game.
Yeah, that siege weapon, the true bombard warrior we've been waiting for. I mean, honestly, the way that he played that was fantastic. Like, he forced this awkward choke point. We noticed the Lance can never spread out to do their maximum damage, and I love the Roboticon follow-up. Like, you could see that Szalami had a cut-and-dry solution to ending this game fast. I can't help but just still think back to that super early game, right? Like, the delay, the wasted time. I think Szalami, even though you saw he clearly missed out on a few villages worth of production at some point in the early phase of the game, he had a better solution for locking in that pond. And the problem is, like, even when you're the HRE, once you become kind of exposed to fishing on the other side, you kind of have to double down on eco. And the thing that Szalami done really well to counter that is understanding that, I've built like 8 or 10 spearmen. I don't have to stop their usage at taking control of water. I can run into the HRE base, an HRE base that is never going to have a mill, so no wheelbarrow, and I can force awkward idle time that completely negates their biggest advantage.